Hello people, my name is Christy and I'm a nutritionist. We all want to reduce our body fat, but with our busy schedules, it may be easier said than done. What if we could turn body fat into body heat? In this video, we're going to discuss how to do that. Before we do that, make sure to click subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest content. Now, let's start the list with consume peppers. One of the most recommended methods of burning fat is by eating a good amount of peppers. Peppers such as jalapeno or chili helps to burn the white fat. A study that was conducted on 191 participants found that heat generated by the pepper can oxidize the layers of fat in your body. Additionally, they contain vitamin C, a water-soluble nutrient that boosts your metabolism and speeds up your digestion process. Although too much consumption of any form of pepper may not be good for your stomach, so moderation is the key. Speaking of things to consume, we have another one on the list, and it is have more turmeric. Before talking about how turmeric can help us, let's take a very important fact into consideration. Our body contains two types of adipose tissues. One of them is the brown adipose tissue that helps turn the fat into heat. The other one is the white adipose tissue, which is responsible for the extra layers of fat on your body. This is where turmeric comes into play. It promotes a specific gene expression in white adipose tissues. Apart from that, it also increases the levels of plasma norepinephrine, a hormone that is responsible for browning white adipose tissues. So maybe you can consider having turmeric with milk or roasted vegetables. Moving on to the next option, we have avoid skipping meals. You may think that it's a good idea to skip meals so that you can avoid those extra calories or fat. Unfortunately, it's not how the human body works. The more you skip meals, the less fat you'll be able to burn. This is because the body requires regular intake of protein, fiber, and vitamins in order to turn the fat into heat. So instead of skipping meals, just eat smart. Consume meals that have more nutrients and it'll help you burn more fat. Additionally, if your goal is to shed some pounds and burn some calories, then we suggest that you drink at least 3 liters of water every day. Now let's move on to the next point. Take cold showers. Remember the two types of tissues we talked about some time ago? Well, here is another example. When the cells in your body get exposed to cold, they start forming more brown adipose tissues instead of white, which, as we have already discussed, turns fat into heat. Although there is one more element that helps out the brown adipose tissue in this. The cells in our body are extremely adaptive. This is why we're capable of surviving harsh climates. When we feel cold, the mitochondria starts generating more heat to help us cope with the climate. This process is known as thermogenesis. So when you're having a cold shower, both the increase in production of the brown adipose tissue and thermogenesis will happen simultaneously. This will help you turn your body fat into heat at a faster rate and burn a few calories in the process. As we're on the topic of cold, the next one is important. Sleep in the cold. Similar to the previous point, sleeping in the cold is another method that you can use to turn fat into heat. In a study, researchers kept 3 different temperatures for 3 separate sleeping rooms. One room was kept at 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 degrees Celsius, room 2 was kept at 75 Fahrenheit or about 24 Celsius, and room 3 was kept at 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius. After a month of sleeping, they noticed that people who were sleeping in the colder rooms had more brown adipose tissue than those who were sleeping in the warmer rooms. Additionally, the ones sleeping in the colder rooms also had burned more calories. Again, it was the duo of thermogenesis and brown adipose tissue that came to the rescue. So, the colder the temperature while sleeping, the better, right? Well, no, not really. If the temperature is too low, then your body temperature may drop drastically, causing fever, cough, or cold. This is why we would suggest not to go any lower than 19 degrees Celsius or 66 degrees Fahrenheit while sleeping. Otherwise, neither thermogenesis nor brown adipose tissue would be able to help you. This brings us to our next point. Avoiding stress. The effects of stress can be felt in our mental as well as physical health. Stress increases the production of a hormone called cortisol. While it is an important hormone for our survival, it also has some ill effects on your body. If produced in excess, it can cause stress hunger, which would mean that you end up eating what and when you shouldn't, or snacking when you don't need to. Because of the extra calories, this will promote the production of white adipose tissues in your body, which don't help turn fat into heat like brown adipose tissue does. If you're having trouble turning the body fat into heat, then it's probably because you're stressed out. So, what did you think about our methods of turning body fat into heat? Have you tried any of these methods? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of bestie are we if we don't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.